In today's video, I'm going to speak about anxiety. You might be suffering with anxiety yourself. The chances are that you know somebody that's suffering with anxiety. Half the world is suffering with anxiety today. Anxiety basically is focusing on things in the future that are even manifested in the physical realm yet. So depression, of course, comes from past events, traumas, but very few of us live in the present moment, which is now, because you manifest what you want in future states in the present moment now. So unless you learn to sit with yourself and to feel how you're feeling in your anxious state, you're not going to be able to overcome it, because it's going to keep you trapped and living in fear for moving forward in your life, to live your life of purpose and of fulfillment and of happiness. So as I said, most of the world today is suffering with anxiety, and the best way to overcome your anxiety is literally to face what you're anxious about, because you know as well as I do that you're creating this anxiety yourself, which you hold in the pit of your stomach or your small intestine, and constantly, every single day practically, you're thinking of things in the future, and the chances are they won't even manifest anyway unless you're focusing on them with dominant intention all day long. Then therefore you will attract what you're thinking of, whether you want it or not, because as you know, energy follows thought. So it's imperative to focus on your thoughts and to really nurture how you're speaking about yourself and how you're thinking about yourself, because you attract what you're thinking of, you attract what you're speaking of, especially about yourself. And when it goes out into universal consciousness, your thoughts and your words, they don't come back void, they come back tenfold most of the time. So anybody that's suffering with anxiety, I would suggest honestly to just sit with how you're feeling, learn some techniques, follow my videos, and I'll be showing techniques in the future how to overcome anxiety. And when you're feeling, you're going into an anxious state, to apply the techniques that I will show, and that will make a profound difference in your life if you so choose to listen to what I'm speaking about, and if you implement what I'm about to teach. So anxiety doesn't serve any purpose. It's going to stop you in your tracks. It's going to keep you stuck. And most people are stuck in their anxious state, and they're living in their comfort zone. And you know as well as I do that you're not going to achieve anything in life if you're in your comfort zone. Basically, you've got a road in life, two forks come off it, let's say, and most people stay within their comfort zone and they never delve outside that zone. And the only way to learn to transition into higher states of consciousness is to delve off into one of these forks, and the road that's less followed, less travelled, is the road where you really start to grow. You really start to get to know who you are. Why would you want to go through life stuck in a comfort zone when there's so much to see out there, and there's so much to do, and the incredible experiences that you can have? Today is probably the best time in civilization and humanity to be alive. There's so many opportunities there, and of course with the help of the internet, you've got access to everything and anything, whereas many years ago you were getting it from encyclopedias, the odd book here and there, but now everything is at the click of a button. So the anxious state, again, it's up to you whether you want to change the state that you put yourself into at an unconscious level. But know that you're consciously aware that you are anxious and you did create it. Can't you unblock it? Can't you release it? Of course you can. How can you do that? Change your thoughts, change your life. Because it's the thoughts that you put into the anxious state that you're in the first place. It's again, meditate, just sit for a couple of minutes each day, feel the anxious states, and say to yourself, what's the worst that could possibly happen if this was to manifest itself in my reality? What's the worst that could happen with this anxious thought, this anxious feeling or emotion that I'm holding on to? The chances are practically nothing, again, unless it's focused for a long period of time, because you will get what you're thinking of whether you want it or not. It's so important to choose your thoughts and your inner dialogue. If you can grasp that, I guarantee you guys it's going to change your life.